Well, the red light is on and we're live here in Guangxi province. My name is Omar and we're here in NaLouZhen Village where Spring Festival celebrations are already getting underway, although we have a few weeks left. The folks here in this village are having things going. Just to give a bit of context of where we are, Guangxi is in the south of China. To the east you have Guangdong province, and to the south you have Vietnam. And just to get a better feeling where we are, the performance is going on live behind us right now. Just a warning that we may have some technical difficulties. We are in an extremely remote village here in the south, not too far, well, about 2 hours away from the capital city of Nanning, which is the capital of Guangxi province. And you can just look over my shoulder, we can get a closer look of what's going on. You're having a lion dance, which is all organized by the locals here. It's a three-part event today. We have the dance going on right now. You can see all the people have gathered here from the village for this event. After that, there'll be this sort of ceremonial tea gathering performance, which mimics what a lot of the locals do here. A lot of the lifestyle here, I should say, is rudimentary. It's still quite dated when it comes to the way of life. And the last part, of course, they'll be singing, and they'll be using 8 different musical instruments from the area. And as you see, we have one of the performers on their way. I'm going to have a chance to try on this lion costume. I'm going to get a bit of a session. He's on his way right now. I'm going to have a bit of a training class to see how they dance and how they perform here. So we can't move here. We can't move too much. Can't lose our connection. We're going to check it out here. 好，我们过来这儿 just communicating here. We got to bring it to the middle, and we're going to get a little lesson here on how to dance. Mind you, I've never done this. This is my first time. I got a little pre-lesson right before we started. So, 好，那我先 I'm gonna first ask him a question, and then we're gonna get a bit of a translation. 那第一个问题是，你们这个东西跟今天的活动，跟你们庄族过那个春节有什么意思？有什么关系啊？
就是
你随便说吧。
就是我们祝贺我们的中国文化传统的文化。
Okay. So some traditional Chinese. It's a traditional Chinese dance.
我们来年我们过节新节啊，什么有什么欢喜，都是我们的来庆祝的。
So the color. It's also most of the Chinese celebrations. They have this sort of costumes and dance going on. 然后你以前说了，那是那个恭喜发财，是吗？The Spring Festival, the Chinese New Year. There's this famous saying: a lot of good fortune, hopefully making money, and happiness, of course. So let me try this on. Let's see how it goes. 那我可以试一下，你叫我，好。那我是头 I'm going to be the head. I'm going to be at the front. There's going to be someone at the back as a tail. And we're going to do a little dance here. Please don't judge. I haven't done this before. Not sure how it's going to be. Okay, 来 Oh, okay. 好，过来。哎呀。All right, it is really warm in here. Okay. All right, I'm grabbing. There's these wooden posts inside. There's 2 wooden posts. 然后呢, I'm just asking. So I spread my legs wide. Wide, okay? Arch my back over. Okay. And I'm using my arms to float back and forward. Okay, here we go. 快一点嘛, should I go faster? Okay. You guys can leave your comments on whatever social media platform you're using. Let me know how I'm doing. Is this what you saw on the stage behind me? Or am I doing poorly? 好，等一下。Okay, I'm going to come out of here. I'm going to ask him to show me how a real professional. 那你来吧，你给我们一个表演。30分钟，你们给我们表演。Okay, we're going to get a few minutes of a real program. 开始啊 Let's go. So this is how they do it. And just a few other details here. Guangxi has a handful of ethnic minorities. In China, you have over, 55, 56 ethnic minorities. And here are the Zhuang people, the Zhuangzu. And they're mostly in South China, here in Guangxi province. They have their own cuisine, which I've had a chance to taste. And of course, they have their own costumes, their own way of life down here. So here we go, here's the dance. They were just on stage. Got to be thankful for them making the time to teach us and show us how it's done. 继续啊，太好看。 tell them to keep it up, keep it going. It looks really good. It's a two-person job. It's a really, I can imagine the guy in the back is absolutely sweating and warm back there. And they're continuing. And of course, right now on stage behind us are the 8 musical instruments. So these 8 instruments here in this Zhuang community are from this community. It's not representative of any other part, but it's native to this area. And soon after we're done with this dance, we're gonna speak with a local government party member to hear more about how this village has transformed, how things have changed. All right, we're getting a good show here. Again, leave your comments, your remarks in whatever social media you're watching. Remember, we have Weibo, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and of course the CGTN app. You have 5 different platforms to watch all of our live streams. And again, you can play them back. You can rewatch different live streams. We're going to have a lot as we approach the Spring Festival celebrations in just a few weeks. And of course, just a note to our viewers, I'm actually on a CGTN tour right now. I'm traveling around different parts of China. I'm sort of trying different cuisines. And they'll be airing on our Asia Today program, which is airs at 7 p.m. Beijing time every day. And make sure to tune into that, and you'll be able to see the 3 different regions I visited so far. All right, I don't want to work these guys to the ground. Okay, 好，谢谢，好，拿去来，好，特别感谢你们，哎，过来 ，just thank you， 哎，来，谢谢啊，谢谢，好，感谢你们，特别热情 ，just telling them what a warm sort of welcome we've had here. We arrived yesterday. It's been fantastic. Now, as I was mentioning, we were going to speak to a local government official here who's going to tell us a bit more about how the village has transformed. I was getting a bit of the details earlier. There's been substantial change here. And as I'm sure you can see behind me, there's no big buildings, the roads are underdeveloped. It is extremely rural, it is a small community. For people to get around, for people to communicate and to get into one place, they have to travel quite some far. We have little kids here, quite interested. 小哥哥，你怎么样? I think he's quite interested in what's going on. Not sure if there's been any more live streams here, but anyway, let's find our gentleman who's going to join us right now. 你好，谢谢。
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Welcome to NaLouZhen.
Thank you very much. So far, it's been a great show. We've been enjoying it. We arrived yesterday, as I was telling our viewers. It's been a good experience to see how you guys live. So just going to ask you a few questions. Take your time and feel free. First, if you could introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yes, my name is Zhuang. I am a government committee member of NaLouZhen region. The Zhuang ethnic minority hosts performance every year to celebrate the Spring Festival.
Okay.
Many villages will to celebrate the Spring Festival.
Okay. So you're saying this event, this musical, this dance, the show, you guys do this every single year, yeah?
Yes, every year.
And it's just a part of your celebrations for Spring Festival.
Yes.
So there's nothing else. It's you guys. Everyone comes here. All the villagers gather here, and this is what you guys put on.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. And as we were speaking earlier, here in NaLouZhen, there's been a lot of change in the last 2 years. A lot has transformed. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
This region has been removed out from the state poverty list 2 years ago. People get more opportunity of work and better life in
right
this
on.
place.
Right. So you said the city over the past 2 years it's gotten off a poverty-stricken list. And remember, China is having programs to alleviate poverty across the board, from east to west, north to south. What has changed in those 2 years? What about for tangible changes for people, for kids? What can you tell us about the work life and anything related to that?
They work in the factory,
okay.
in the company, in the farm. Every child study in the school. In the past, it is not possible.
So yeah, in the past, not all of the kids in the village had the opportunity to go to school. It wasn't possible. But now, they all have this chance.
Yes.
Okay. And when it comes to people's jobs, they're working in factories. They're able to they're farming. They're working in companies. So those are getting bigger.
Yes.
Okay. And for this Spring Festival, the Zhuang Zhuang people. You guys have a special celebration. It's different from other parts of China. What's so special about it for the Zhuangzu, the Zhuang ethnic minority?
We have Zhuangzi for Spring Festival, which is very unique in China, and we hold local performance to celebrate the festival. We have the Ba Yin Yin Ke, means we welcome guests with 8 different instruments. These are local musical instruments. We also have to Zhuang ethnic
minority, yes.
Dance. It's a historical dance. We have since the Asia days.
Okay, fantastic. So you mentioned that you like to welcome all visitors. You have this 8-instrument dance, what is still going on behind us right now. And you mentioned zongzi. This is what it's a triangular. It's wrapped in different types of leaves. I was actually making it this morning, wrapped in the Chinese evergreen leaf. And inside there's rice, there's meat, and this is similar to other parts of Guangxi. All of Guangxi has this, yes? Or just here for the Zhuang community?
Just in Guangxi.
Just in Guangxi. It's special to Guangxi.
It is special in Guangxi.
So you guys really have a mix of music, dance, and food. And that's what makes the Zhuang community very special. Mr. Lee, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Welcome to NaLou again.
Thank you. NaLou, I'll be back. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, so you heard it right there. Really a mix. Just to recap what was discussed 2 years ago, this community was still listed on a long list that labels it a poverty-stricken region. In those 2 years, the local government, they provided more jobs. And I had a few of these details earlier, picking mulberries. You heard it was mentioned working in factories. And people are just getting more opportunities. Again, it's more cultivating, it's more farm work. But before, it wasn't that open, it wasn't that possible. Now, more or less, everyone is busy, everyone is working. We had a chance to visit a local restaurant just outside, beyond this small village, which is actually, this region's made up of 70 villages. And they're all coming together to work together and to come together in a way that everyone can sustain a decent life. So we're getting a question here from Prem Kandi on Facebook. Happy Spring Festival in advance, everyone. My 6th Spring Festival in China. Absolutely loving it. Thank you very much for your comments. Great to hear that. For me, this is my fourth or 5th Spring Festival. Again, we're a few weeks away. I'm going to be back in Guangxi at that time. So stay tuned to that. Just a reminder to our viewers, I had mentioned earlier, I'm on a tour of China right now. We're going around different parts, checking out the different cuisines. We were in Nanjing before, we have Hawaiian cuisine, then we were in Guangdong, and now we're here in NaLouZhen Village. We're filming some stories, we're doing some local zongzi packages. He had mentioned that that is a delicacy here. I had a chance to get my hands on that, put those together, and stay tuned for that. Another message, 有没有年糕吃呀? So I get that from Josephine Zuleta on Facebook. 有没有年糕吃呀? Okay, the translation is that, have you had or not had rice cakes? The answer is yes, I have. Some of the flavors, some of the sticky rice inside, some of the different meats, some are okay, some are tasty. But again, you can have a sesame paste in there. Actually, that's what I had this morning. You can have a different variety of flavors. Some are good, I will admit. Some are not so good. Just to know that zongzi is actually a Chinese delicacy that people have during Duanwujie. So that's the Dragon Boat Festival. That's later in the year. But here in the Zhuang community, that's something they have more often. So great experience so far. Let's take a look at, there's your instruments on screen. Another message from Facebook from Jay Avila Lasai from Facebook says, oh, it's so amazing. Yes, it is indeed. For me, like I mentioned, for me, my CGTN crew, we've never been here. And although it's extremely rural, very different from the city lifestyle. We were in Nanjing and Guangzhou before, massive cities, millions of people. We come here, drive out 2 hours from Nanning City. I really get a feel for real China. A feel of what it is outside of a city, how people live. It's just not only been a great experience for me, but I think the people here welcoming us, very warm, and it's been a fantastic experience so far. So we're about to wrap things up, and we're going to leave with a shot out here. Again, remember, you can catch our CGTN live streams on Facebook, YouTube, Weibo, Twitter, and of course the CGTN app. You can replay a lot of them, and stay tuned because in the next few weeks and during Spring Festival, CGTN reporters around the world, we're going to be taking a look at how Spring Festival is celebrated not only in China, but by how other countries celebrate, not only Chinese diaspora, but other countries in Asia and, of course, around the world. So again, thank you very much for tuning into this live stream. I'm Omar Khan. We're here in Guangxi province, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Keep in touch, leave your comments, and enjoy. Hope to see you guys next time. Thank you very much.